Hello Aries, welcome to your part 2, the extended part of your year ahead video series. So excited, this is going to be the last yearly extended of the Zodiac series for the new year. And we have already performed the first part of this video in the public videos. We have explored hopes, highlights and the guidance, which is very essential to the reading in terms of general perspective of the themes. Now in this part we are getting into details with also by adding other forms of oracle to our reading. So this is going to be our, let's say, triangle here. Now I will begin from January and I'm going to break down each month. I have also, after 12 signs, of course, it has been really a long journey for me. So in order to keep my throat hydrated, I have prepared myself a sage tea. So please excuse me for that, but I have to drink it time to time because so much, talking needs. Our throats needs to be comforted, right? So herbal teas are great. So I will time to time stop and get a drink from my tea. Now just a sec, just before the beginning. Some hydration, but with hydration and herbal tea, it is always very good. Now, the January, okay, let's begin. Aries friends, let's get the most dominant energy. So in the month by month setup, of course, in a month you can find many developments. Okay, there can be many things happening all at once, but our aim in this reading is to find the most dominant energy, which is going to be the most significant for that month. And also with the tea leaf cards, now the event circumstances to it, okay? What is likely to develop from that energy. And in the end, it's about having the general picture. Okay, our first tea leaf card, by the way, we have found the Two of Swords. So this is actually Moon in Libra. It is your opposite sign. This is something in the one-on-one nature of relationships. In January, there is a tendency at maybe this difference between I and we, okay, is very much stressed. So there is a tension in between that I and we. We have a chain of events that will affect your life. We have also peace and harmony. We have a wish is granted, plus a new home and new attitude. Now, I do feel in January there was someone or a situation or circumstances that you have found yourself always like in this pit. Okay, there was this pit, and in that pit there was this there was this always like opposition in a circumstances. It's like you were saying yes, they were saying no. You were saying hi, they were saying goodbye. It's always that opposition has actually kept you in some kind of a state where you were always wanted that actually peace and harmony, like the end of opposition actually you wanted to, let's say, seek, as I see in these cards. Of course, your specific situation can be very different, but this is a general reading, so I speak based on the cards I see here. So you somehow actually wanted to reach a balance there, that peace, that harmony, okay, Moon in Libra. So because when you want to, that opposition you have stayed in, okay, has created some kind of a captivity, and now it's time to go out from it. And it's like you are finding, okay, that balance, that peace, that the opposition, I think, here ends, I do feel. And this may be a lot this may have to do a lot by using your wisdom and understanding to assess this situation. Of course, this may how this may go. You may start to, in your situation, identify some aspects of it, okay? Knowledge, information can definitely help, okay? To find also the reasons of the opposite part will be very important, because then you will have this data and you're gonna make that outmoded constructions of thought out, all those thinking patterns which no longer work, and actually opposition automatically finishes. What I'm trying to say, if you go to a particular opposition where you feel like in cross purpose with a person or within yourself, when you use a particular breakthrough in order to eliminate the old outmoded constructions of thought, thinking pattern, it is actually giving you an instant fresh energy. In generally, be on the side of eliminating intelligence and also awakening consciousness, because this is going to give you some new possibilities, okay, to both the abstract alternatives of your situation and concrete things, which means that form of thought may lead up to some chain of events like reason and consequences, which may bring you peace and harmony, finding peace or piecing out like from a situation. A wish is granted in relationship with a new home, and in this way thinking and arranging things in your life you may also develop this new attitude. So generally we are finding a wish to be granted here, but this is actually happening when you wake your consciousness, okay? Actually, when you see the internal constructive and destructive forces of your situation, you are bringing them into balance by eliminating the outmoded things there, and you move through between them, okay? It is very important though to observe. You got to first understand the both sides of the issue, okay? And you need to make a balance there. This energy do not tolerate an excessive way of doing things, and it also encourages you to be okay with some unknown maybe factors or yet unknown aspects of life. So it is definitely a precious time, okay? It's a precious time. You will see what is and what is not, okay? New home, new attitude, interpersonal relationships, how you really need to look at them, the chain of events, okay? These are all gonna be very significant, I do feel. I also feel like in a particular opposition with a person, let's say one person is symbolizing the old, the other one is new. I think here is like new is really winning. Like this is really like a, how to say, like from the first year of the new year, from the first month of the new year, a new year resolution is like, you know, it launches. This is also, I think, inviting some personal situations, okay? You really assess your circumstances. This is very important. And this is gonna ultimately make you decide who you are and who you are not. Okay, like you are, figuratively speaking, you will mark your position. Also, like, how to say, your X on that social map. Okay, and then by determining you're gonna see how the other responds, and there you will find a balance. Balance which is gonna also honor your difference there. Okay, this type of energy. You know, it's generally is about how you can take a situation and bring it in a way so that it can have this highest function. Okay, it can function in the highest form, this type of thing. So in this way, I think you're gonna make a paradox and there. Okay, this generally, I think, is a very important month to start with. That's why I give it a longer time here. And you know, to find that peace and harmony, by the way, to come to that state, how to come to that state, I actually tried to also summarize it to you. And this means actually peace and harmony. When you come to that state with the new hum and new attitude and wish is granted, you will find actually you are automatically recharging your batteries then. Okay, like the months of challenges of 2021 is now this easing, and there is this unwind. Okay, so that you can be ready for the rest of the year, or what will be future is bringing. Now this is like a transitional month in between 2021 and 2022. We have this oracle cards here, Hero's Journey. I don't think that this is the first deck I will be using, but I'm not gonna use it here. Let's see in which month your hero's journey actually is likely to start. The Fool is also the hero, and the Tarot is actually his journey. So there is really, and by the way, let's do not miss it. Let's do some pattern analysis, some SWOT analysis. Wish has come as a hope, and look, a wish is granted. This is a really important, and if you have that the Fool here, maybe some Aries will relocate or will attain that new attitude or a fresh change in environment. You are definitely here on the go. Now let's find out the energy in the February, but let me get from my sage tea a bit. So just a little break. Okay, perfect. So what we can expect for February for Aries? What Aries can expect for February? What Aries can expect for February? Okay, now 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords, from 2 of Swords to 10 of Swords, a finalization, some endings, and also finalization of our thoughts. Because Sword cards is air and it's thoughts, but this may also lead up to a situation coming to its natural end. So a natural cycle maybe also ending there. Let's find out in the tea leaf cards. Disappointment in some affair. Parting of the ways in either romance and business. What a reading. First, it has given you that attainment and bring you to a very good ground. Now it made you ready for your first challenge, and from that I think you will grow. Oh, this is very important, protection from a powerful friend with a financial pinch. Okay, there you go. Now you are the hero. Okay, now you are the hero. Let me get first a hero's journey card. Now, Aries friends, here there is a particular ending in a relationship or in a business, in a job, or it's like the disappointment that is obvious. It may lead up to, yes, parting some ways, but if you feel like you feel vulnerable, which is the most human thing, you are also lucky enough to find that protection from this friend, especially maybe financially, or there is a particular difficulty now emerging. This is putting you to the thin veil. Let go and let go. There you go. Let go and let go. The veil is also thin. I mean, it is so visible now. What has been in the information wise, what hasn't been available for you before, now is becoming available for you. This is letting go energy. And guidance, what was the guidance? Guidance was also the coffin, natural endings about take care of your health, plus the hermit. I was talking about that, stepping back now, assessing your situation. It has first given you the wish with the Fool, or any wish with the Fool card here in the January. Now it has brought you to the guidance. Actually, Ten of Swords is also a particular Tower moment here. So it is very much connected when we make the pattern analysis of your reading. The protection is there, be it in the financial or in a more holistic way, in a more maybe spiritual way, or a concrete way. Always in the difficult situation, you got to do the hermit, not the Fool. Now it is not the time to like full head on, but to the journey, but rather it is a letting go process. Here, there is no. I mean, the sound of the rain does not need any translation here. Okay, the cards are just speaking for itself. So then it is coming to an end with a person, with a place, with a particular endeavor, because it is no longer serving you, and you are also no longer actually serving it. So it's a time when it may feel a particular disappointment. Of course, in every disappointment, let's say it very straight, we emotionally feel sometimes stabbed in the back, right? Like, and we then become like the survivor of it when we process that, right? This is number 10. It is the last number. So there is a reminder that endings actually, and also the beginnings, are a natural part of our life cycle, because 10 is also, when you get rid of the 0, it is 1. It talks about also a new beginning there. So it is a moving on energy. February, there is no any reading throughout the 2022. The message is that much of clear. Okay, whoever you have had an issue with here, it's time for you to let go of it. And it has, look, what a blissful thing to have this January energy, because this goodie is here actually giving you, it has prepared you to this. Okay, maybe for some of you, I mean, there is a possibility that you have been doing too much for others, okay, without maybe any thanks or appreciation. Maybe you have felt burdened by an ongoing commitment, or there was this situation, it was lingering, and it just came to its end of that natural cycle. So this is a time, February, when you have to remove yourself from the situation. Be very cautious how you approach the situation, but then hermit energy, your guidance will give you that chance to release the burden and pressures that were holding you back. Okay, maybe some reflection on the past as well, also seeing, and of course some lessons are belong to us, some things are our own choices, that we are also reflecting on our choices, how the quality of our choices. We are also here reflecting on the past to see the quality of our choices. Were they really good enough choices? This is, I think, one of the months that we will learn and grow and let go. Now let's talk about March. Aries, we have come to March. So what Aries needs to know about March? What Aries needs to know? Oh, okay. March comes with Three of Cups here. Three of Cups is Mercury in Cancer. It may invite people from past. There is a particular historical touch to our circumstances, some good cheer, getting together with people, like in order to value and elevate an emotion that we share commonly with others. But a financial pinch in February, we have March again. In the money matters, there can be some danger there, be careful. In terms of money matters, there can be a person who is, or a particular law, or I don't know, maybe legal thing, or a force, or a particular obligation, who is trying to make you do something against your will. We have here dealings or relationships with a woman as well, and we have also dissatisfaction with life. Here there is a particular get together with this dark woman. This is very nice to have, and it is actually giving you a good spirit. And with this person, this woman is a very I think a close person, close friend. You are sharing a particular now maybe doing the assessment of these 2 months, but you are also stating maybe your dissatisfaction about a financial situation, or you are talking about a person, or the woman itself is maybe trying to force you to do something or encourage you, like to take a path where your heart is not in it. That's why the dissatisfaction happens. Now let's see the guidance there then, what you got to do. Let's get a wisdom, animal wisdom deck. What Aries needs to do then? Now, yes, I like readings when I state the downside of the reading, and then I do offer constructive advice or recommendation. I think this way of reading is very genuine, okay? So because this is how life, a problem occurs, you try to bring a solution to it, or some things do not have solution. They need to find its course by time. Some things needs to be abruptly, needs to be addressed. So it changes, of course, okay? So here we have the dragon, supernatural. You are the ancient wise sage. You can shapeshift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. From this situation, you will rise with dignity. The idea here is that don't fall into some kind of a victimhood, or like this is about you. You have actually mastered a couple of things until you come to this point. From this, I am sure you can rise with dignity there. You can speak up for yourself in a civilized way, in a way that it expresses you in a very good way. There is a particular communication taking place. Actually, all is for you to tap into a wisdom, maybe which is very vibrant, and is always there, like centuries years old wisdom. Like you may take it like that. There is this wisdom sometimes. It was used like 5,000 years ago, and it is also used still today. Technologies, man, circumstances has passed thousands year later, but still the same wisdom applies to every situation. So it's that years old, thousands of years old wisdom. Here, this is what it wants you to tap. This woman can bring it to you as well, okay? Now here though, a get together with a person may also reveal some things that you didn't know. Three of Cups energy, I also feel like you hear some things from other people. Like some people are bringing you some news about other people, and there is a particular assessment there. Maybe you may also hear a person's true thoughts about you, okay? Due to the reunion or getting together with this dark woman, that old friend, or maybe a relative. Actually, deep inside, you can really find the reciprocation, feelings of love and friendship there also with a person. You can really feel the beauty around. You can really feel you are loved, and you can really see love is actually healing. But this satisfaction happens, I think, here. Like there are things, there are a lot of cups there, but no one is like satisfies you, like can't get no satisfaction due to the sometimes overstimulation, right? Actually, this satisfaction is not a matter of luck. It's a lack of fulfillment. So here, the most fulfilling wisdom will definitely take your path to a different direction. Okay, some tea, and let's go to April now. Okay, we get our oracle card. Now we are in April, so what Aries needs to know for April? What Aries needs to know for April? What Aries needs to know for April? So we have Four of Cups, again the card of dissatisfaction, but sometimes it may also talks about emotional stability. Actually, you have managed to bring yourself to a point where it is now maybe more neutral for you. Good advice from a wise person, there you go. That's thousands of year wisdom we talk about. Something actually good happening here. We have a sincere wish will be granted. Your second wish is also granted. There you go. It is the first time, I think, in the yearly readings I got the wished cards like double time, with also with this one in a similar symbolism. So definitely make some wish, okay? If you watch this reading prior to 2022, another wish card. This time we have the Dark Man, and yes, the friendship with someone of the same sex. Here we have the Three of Cups energy still continues, and maybe with this dark woman shows up here. And we have seek out information that will help you. Your connection with a person is not just out of random. Here there is a particular information you may seek out from that deep friendship or from this dark man. So there can be some good advice also you can take as a result of that interaction. But the information can also help you out. Okay, April again. It's you will have. This is also Four of Cups. Actually, a kind of a hermit card where you reflect back behind the windows. Emotionally, actually, Four of Cups is Rather than boredom, it is esoteric meaning of this card is like when it feels, this card known as the emotional luxury in some decks, thought deck. So it's that state when you actually capable of your feelings, but you are looking for a bit more of it, but doesn't mean you have a luck, you have it. Sometimes in Four of Cups, there is this person and we wanna place our hopes of realization onto them, which may lead up to then disappointment later, okay? Because that person, we don't get this person as they are, but that we actually receive them through projection. Now here you got to be very careful also about your assessment with a person, though the information, the other relationships that you will likely to develop in this month will make you to have a more realistic approach, but it is gonna be a magical realism, okay? I love this magical realism term, and in terms of literature genre, I love magical realism, especially the books of Borges. I love this Latin American writer. I really love his books. So I will say April like a magical realism, but you have good support resources there. I mean, there is a particular support system there. It is always around you. And at times you may feel with the Hermit actually this, you may feel like you gonna make maybe some sacrifices, which is actually the secret of every transformation. At times you may feel like in the Four of Cups Hermit, as they may mirror each other, you are like in this you are actually moving along a long trail high into the mountains, and like there are mountains like you have seen from the distance, like always looking at like from your window, let's say, but actually you are not amongst them, okay? Four of Cups here, I feel you are both distance to something, but you are also amongst it. Like you feel the cold, that biting winds, okay, of that mountainous, let's say, environment, and you are realizing that the air is becoming too thin for you. You actually need to breathe more deeply to try and stay ventilated due to that top, because Hermit is usually stands in the mountain top, and then it starts snowing, or let's say raining, then there comes this nightfall, and then you find the shelter, and from distance suddenly in that top hill you see this light, that glimmer of light. You see it, and it comes near and near, and that light comes and comes and comes, and it's like that. What I have found here, like there is this, I mean, your wisdom, the light is actually your inner wisdom. It comes to you. It comes to you. So it may have that feeling, okay? But there is always that in your reading pattern, reaching that inner wisdom, definitely. And this is actually to be in the search of enlightenment, of course, the lamp of the hermit. But the background here that you are having and your interactions, not letting you to lose your sight as well. So a valuable time, I would say. I want to get a card there from this set. What Aries needs to know. This reading will be in the channel 1 year long. You can always come and tap, check the months, okay? So, okay, oh, okay, now, remember April, remember in the April, if you ever feel alone, but also actually what you wish something, it's becoming real. I think this dissatisfaction, this, you know, you are seeking something actually. And here we have love. Love is the foundation of your existence, and you are just as worthy of receiving as you are of giving love and compassion. While love can be a beautiful emotion, it's equally a form of energy that propels you through life. Now, I feel there is something fulfilling, but also maybe missing. Like April, you are like that wanderer, Aries. You are that mysterious wanderer who is walking on the paths, not ready yet. That's like, how to say, I mean, you got to walk enough to get ready for the thing that you will find in the end. That's why this is putting you in this journey there. But Aldous Huxley has a saying, just a sec, here in my notes. I have a little book, I take some notes there, just a sec. Okay, Aldous Huxley says, because hermit is also like your spiritual journey, and he says the spiritual journey does not consist of arriving at a new destination where a person gains what he did not have or become what he is not. It consists in the dissipation of one's own ignorance concerning oneself and life, and the gradual growth of that understanding, which begins the spiritual awakening. The finding of God is a coming to oneself. Aldous Huxley. So you are actually really, you want to come this home within yourself. So in the search of love, you want to actually come to yourself. This is your ultimate seeking. Your spiritual journey. This reading, your quest is not only a life quest, but there is also a spiritual journey, I think, hidden within your cards. Now, let's come to May. Let's come to May and let's see what we are finding in May for you. So this is for Aries. What Aries needs to know. Okay, we have the Hierophant. With this card, there is always this values. We are coming to like oneself, and we determine our values, but there can be also people, places, clubs, organizations, a company, an authority person. The norm can be challenging, rules can be maybe challenging, muddled, unclear thinking. We have changes in your life. We have someone new is entering your life. There is a, wow, you are highly thought of. By the way, your this way, you are so authentic. Like the way that you look and interact with things. This is, I think, the way you move throughout the year is so attractive for some people. They are definitely keeping you in your thoughts. There are new people entering your life, which is gonna change, create that change, but also you are not still sure about some things. And sometimes here there can be a clash between the tradition and what is modern or norm or unconventional. So here you are trying to, I think, set your value system about how you're gonna also receive people in your life. If you are in some kind of a path and endeavor, actually you are wondering how you can, what kind of a place you can create for these new people now coming to your life. Are they really in junction with your own pursuits there? How long they will come maybe, or are they here like forever? There is this looking for, there is this old questions, but there are also new questions for you arising when it comes to whom you will be like taking your life. I feel here, though, in May, as there is a new person and also the changes with the Hierophant, there is definitely a new path. And also coming with those new people, it is in a way encouraging you to be open to new ideas, opinions, maybe that you have previously also dismissed. Because if you are an open-minded person, okay, this may ask you to be also check those, let's say, all texts that you have maybe dismissed. But if you are not an open-minded person, it may also ask you to be more flexible, because you may be missing out on important opportunity there. There can be some, how to say, I feel though in May you want a reassurance for something. Of course, Hierophant energy can be also marriage. You may be in between relationships there, okay? There is this urge to satisfy a person, but you also want to satisfy your life as well. There is this sense of, again, that you have these new ideas, values. There is this sense of getting out there, showing the world who you are or what you can do. There can be some questioning of your upbringing or where you come from, culturally or religiously. There is also here, I do feel that some Aries people likely to do a lot of research, more about maybe other religions or cultures, or maybe you may also have this need to join maybe some kind of a spiritual group, or you may seek a teacher who may help you to develop maybe a psychic gift. It may feel like you are at a spiritual crossroads. There are opportunities. You also may want to connect with like-minded people, groups, associations, workshops. But there can be that teacher in May who may show up. And this person may manifest in your life. It may be an important period of time for you. So May, I do favor, definitely learning, knowledge, wisdom, exploring traditions, ancient crafts, meditating, finding peace within yourself. Whatever is in store for you is definitely, this is going to be a significant period. This is a card of teacher card and wisdom card. So to this unclear thinking, this muddled state, actually listening to a teacher or who are already on those paths or experience things like similar like you, take from them what you need, okay, and then leave alone, okay, what does not sit right with you. Take what you need, leave. It's like it is just your own intuition. Your own intuition in the end will guide you. Okay? Okay? So this is how it matters. That's why I think a right spiritual teacher, the right type of guru, will always make you go on your own way in the end. Not gonna take you and like stick you to yourself. Stay away this type of people. Always go people who are actually setting you free, you know. You come, you take what you need, and now you are following your own path. This is how I think spirituality works. Otherwise, when you keep people around, like try to stick to yourself, it becomes religion, right? So this is a path which is gonna make you to find your own wisdom within. Okay? So it's a valuable time. This is what I'm feeling. Valuable time. But this is very normal because in May, Jupiter will enter to your sign. Jupiter, the philosopher, the gift, the great beneficial planet. Also spirituality, philosophy, teachings. It will be in your sign in May. And it will stay a bit long, and then later it will go back to Pisces. So it is normal to have these effects. You are very philosophical, very spiritual. If you have this wide interests of research, go for it. It's gonna be a beautiful time after May. Okay, let's find out now June. Though shall I get shall I actually, let me take the ones that I have used, because I used one time. Okay, we have used the this and this. Okay, 1, 2, and 3 times we have used the oracle. To this actually, yeah, you have actually a creation capacity there. Let's get the Sacred Creator oracle. Get back to elemental. If you are feeling, this is also get back to elemental is like to get back to your default setting, to get back to your elements, to get back to your core, to get back which elements you are more blending with, or what element you lack of, go to that. You know, this is like, you find something there. Maybe the question is finding the elemental, or in relationships, dealings with people, what elemental are you creating good attractions in terms of elemental level? Or are those elemental energy like fitting? Because here you are in some kind of a search to me. And you learn through crisis tower, be it inner or outer. But this is gonna actually also teach you to be very generous, receiving, giving, and in the end, it's all about look, success and emotional fulfillment. It writes here, but we had this also dissatisfaction cards. You are actually getting close to the thing like that would give that fulfillment, that eternal bliss. I do feel, which is actually finding your own divine within. Now June is, let's find out the June. So what Aries needs to know in June. Some Aries people maybe get, by the way, have this divorce and they will be connecting with new people, but they may also spend some time to be single. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is a very abundant time. It is the, Yeah, great worry over nothing. You will be shown the way. There you go. Success assured with good plans and hard work. Guaranteed success. A stubborn, aggressive person. Well, in a time that you find very much blended with that bliss and elements where some path is now opening for the first time now over this year, there is absolutely nothing you worry about, things going well, you know, it's that honey mound, some success, some good plans, but suddenly the stubborn aggressive person is like a spice to your plate there. So at times in June, the peace and that a particular satisfaction, Nine of Pentacles, you have been seeking is there. So things are going well, it seems, and there you are accomplishing much actually in when the first half of the year finishes. But this is like you are accomplishing something in a time when you believe that the spark, let's say, has gone, or that but here there is a fulfillment. There is a fulfillment in the financial level. But if you also need a new challenge, a stubborn, aggressive person is also there. By the way, this is Ram, okay? I don't think that this is you, but if this is you, I do feel like you seek a particular new challenge there. Actually, Nine of Pentacles is a card in which we really, in June now, you are deciding to live your life like in your own terms, as you have gone through the hardships, in order to know your own mind or what is best for you. Maybe that's why if you are even this, you are stubborn to not to take anything from anyone, but aggressiveness here is something you may find yourself controlling. But this can be also energy coming to you outside. Just remind yourself how hard you have worked to get to this point, and it is time for rewards for you. You may be feeling extravagant in June. Well, if you can afford yourself to indulge, definitely, why not? It's a time for best investments, I would say. And June, as we have this great worry over nothing card, it's likely you have come through the other side now of a difficult period of time. So there is this feeling relaxed and hopeful about the future kind of feeling, especially after maybe experiencing some drama or excitement. Here actually you are coming back to like your January, and we have this 5 months in between, though 4 months, sorry. June, I love it. I love it. So this Jupiter's influence in your sign, I think, still continues. Okay, so let's get, I'm not gonna get an oracle card because I don't think you need now additional guidance, but let's check now the July. So this is the Cancer season. We have a king there, King of Pentacles. So this is the King of Pentacles. There you go. Let me hydrate myself, Aries friends. Sage tea. Okay, now let's get some tea leaf cards. King of Pentacles is the money, the banker, the gardener who is keeping the garden green, and there can be some financial investments, how you handle money, also a person who you can have a financial dialogue or dealing. We have successfully overcoming a problem. We have the younger man, a dealing or relationship with a younger man. We have a short journey card and also a change for the better. I think that there is again like some kind of again financial element of your of life is doing great there, if you ask me. Especially the younger man here can be, no, I don't think that it's the king, but if you have a younger person in your life, they may definitely be part of a change that you also go through. Though July is promising for security, July is promising for power, July is promising for overcoming problems, be it business, be it in the short distance. The butterfly is that there is a particular financial maybe reward there. If it has been like again this roller coaster energy, now you are in July beginning to see things slowing down, and it's a very abundant time, actually consecutive to June. It may really feel good. There is a sense of stability there. Also you may be providing for the people who is less fortunate maybe, or younger man can be here, well, can be a person, a love interest, or maybe you have a, let's say, if you have children, so younger children, okay, there can be maybe some investments, and things are actually firm and they are on the ground. If you are like, if there is this dependence on another person, but Nine of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, these are very independent cards, though your luck is about to change in July, and you can also benefit from another person's money. The 8th house, Scorpio house there. It's a time definitely to feel secure. Investment, negotiation, finances, you know, or a person who will give you advice for that, okay, can become very strong there. Then why don't we get a wild offering card at this point? There are some nice cards from this deck to address the material aspects of life and what Aries needs to know for July. True offering. May I release the fears, illusions, and addictions that keep me from true offering. May I relax into your plan, trusting that the next step will always be shown. And there you go, you will be shown the way. Trusting that the next step will be shown. Use me, love, use me for the highest. I am yours alone. I have also discussed the love. I mean, it is this is also your way of like investing things, like planning or offering. It can be, as remember in the highlight there is be generous, success and emotional fulfillment and yours. You are given the first chance to be maybe generous towards someone, or towards the end of war. Like you are not holding yourself back from it. You invest in that end of war, okay? Again, you hear rise and grow through tower, crisis, and this awakening of the mind to new things, new ideas. It's yours is like your yearly reading is really one of the rarest. Fire signs this year is very lucky, especially with again Jupiter when enters Aries around here. Fire signs really, they go beautiful crazy, good crazy things happening. Okay, some hydration and let's continue with August Aries. Okay. We did, I think, 1 hour now. Okay, almost 1 hour. Let's do August. August, please. Okay. August, we have this time the Queen of Cups. Wow. Okay, Queen of Cups. what this Queen of Cups energy is offering. Let's see what Queen of Cups energy is offering to us. So we have again plenty of material things. Again, the Jupiter. Honor and respect will come to you. There is a woman or a person who is very happy about your developments. They are so happy you are doing fine. We have the ring. A marriage will take place, either romantic and business. Wow, you had in February there was the broken ring, and now in August you find the ring again, and increase in material wealth and spiritual growth. Wow, wow, wow. And there you go. If you know, at least for August, there is this sense of fulfillment in a way. The Queen of Cups is directly, we can of course associate to love. There is an emotional time actually. Even your concrete or material achievements is bringing that emotional this sentiments, maybe that like you are good there, you are really doing good there. And it's like to be really happy for the first time after a long time. Very intuitive, very emotional times based on these developments. So then actually everything here can give you an emotional stability. Again, whatever you have been in the past, not only this one, but like past years, now you can relax really. This June, July, August, beautiful 3 months. And also it is making those emotional upheavals behind. It is maybe some marriage proposal, very confident energy. At this time you can also relate to your mother, sister, or your children can relate to you if yourself also a mother. Your children also may come congratulate you if they may seek advice from you, or you may get advice from your mother or a person you know like as a mother, not necessarily biologically. So you are not dealing with emotional problems, you have mastered them, but you know you have been through like to the worst maybe, though now everything is like becoming your, how to say, this golden crowns, like actually those emotions that you have maybe felt, they have helped you to get through difficult times, as they given you that that watery, water is life. That's why emotion is important. Like it is, you are very thankful and grateful, and a highly intuitive card. Though still in August, take of course notice of your feelings there. The feelings will surface there. Be aware of the decisions you will be making. You are just tuning into what you feel is right at this time, okay? So this is not something you can logically grasp, but rather grasping with emotion and instincts. So this is a very good time to have. Let's honor this with the angel card here. So let's honor this moment with this angel card. Say yes. We have the Ganesh. Yes. Say yes. Okay, say yes, it says. It's time for you to it's time for you to surrender, I think, to that energy, and it is a time where you're gonna really feel fulfilled. Something feels very festive there. It supports definitely the new beginnings. And I think it can feel like even nearly to perfection, okay? You may feel like nearly to perfection, so it's a really good time to celebrate. Now let's get September for you. So what Aries needs to know for September? I have the Queen of Swords. Okay, now let's get some tea. Let's get our tea leaf cards. So what Queen of Swords is telling us? We have situations in the balance that requires careful handling. We have trouble and accusation. We have discord among friends and family, and news of a birth or a new business opportunity. Now, Queen of Swords is a time where communication can rise, but Queen of Swords energy can be the side who accuses or creates the trouble, and maybe this is creating a discord among friends and family. But this can be also, Queen of Swords can be your reaction or response to what has been like created there. So to this situation then, you got to handle it very carefully in the wisdom of Queen of Swords, but this is not gonna overshadow the news of this birth or a opportunity. So it wants you to tap after the emotional fulfillment. I think the September is like the completely another energy it invites. First of all, September invites you to be, I think, to be private. Okay, private. It requires privacy. It requires a particular assessment where you are looking to your situations from more of like a logical perspective. This is going to be very important. It is very important to stand firmly, okay? It is very important to exhibit your willingness to bring a particular piece of reality to a situation, to give it a little bit balance, looking for clarity, also helping others to see themselves in a like more maybe objective and balanced way. This is actually the true Queen of Swords. So to your situation, rather than the drama and like this endless debate, okay, try to concentrate on the high side, and high-sightedness must not be used to be critical, vengeful, or unyielding. There, of course, I do feel like there is actually if one really makes also this how to say important assessments, it is gonna, I think, help the situation. Communication skills will be very important, and it will be very important to calm the mind with this energy in order to keep your feet in the ground. This is a visionary queen, so she's not actually into petty things. What is the big vision? She is interested in her vision, not petty things like games and this type of things. So if there is a high ground that you want to move forward, go to that point, because there you will see the opportunity after carefully handling the situation, I do feel. So there you got to use your skills to eliminate a problem, maybe to get it bigger. The communication, it seems, will be super important. Well, just you got to tap the energy of Queen of Swords there. So you got to tap to that energy. And Queen of she's she's really she's not into that much of details. She's into really this core truths of situations also, where one can really prove with, for instance, documents, like this real sources of things, I would say. So actually the point there is to find a particular resolution also, it can be, okay, to clarify things, to objectify things, to rationalize things. Time to think globally than locally energy, okay? Emotional balance is the key to how you gonna solve this situation, but also embracing your loving nature will be very important. Why don't we get some, again, some animal wisdom? For September, please. Divine service. How can you serve yourself better? The dog, divine service. Here, what you're gonna do, you will do is actually your attitude there will be something serving to you, and then it's gonna serve to the situation, okay? Or both it can be. How can you serve yourself better here? Not to put yourself in conversations and situations where you're gonna also have your rights taken, but rather being equally distant to the objects there and to assess them very clearly. Serving oneself, and then you can serve to hold the situation. Just a second. So let's move to October. Two queens can also indicate. Two queens can indicate rivalry or short-lived trouble with a female friend. October comes with 8 of Cups. A person is leaving. A person is leaving, or you are leaving from a situation. Let's get some tea leaf cards. So, what we can say. Okay, so we have taken a vacation physically or mentally. We have the good news. We have someone is living your life, yes. 8 of Cups. And we have the spiritual love. You see how that spiritual element always makes it say self-service. There is a person who is living here, Aries. The good news though is also that maybe you wanna also physically distance yourself or mentally distance yourself. October can be a good time for vocation, but the things you go through, I think if this person wants to leave, it is due to the 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups is a state where we come to a point where we become so much full of things. Like there is no way that we can put there or progress. So it ends up usually once leaving in order to, you know, like soul seeking themselves. Actually, the problem is not you. The problem is that their problem with themselves. In order to find out that's not a problem actually, it's just that seeking energy. Again, there is a state of withdrawal there with a person. Actually, 8 of Cups, if you also take a vacation or take yourself to a position away from them, and retreat is actually can be good for you at that time. because through that withdrawing or through their soul seek, all things can become clear for you and them. In the beginning, maybe it's gonna feel like unclear, but later it can become very clear. And withdraw energies actually also involves protection. So when you actually withdraw, you protect yourself. You won't lose anything important. It's that taking a break energy. Because why? You got to remember the water still runs deep there. So that distance, okay, can actually save some things there to lose yourself. There, of course, you got to respond this living in a creative form. If there is a spiritual love card there, then you can transcend any sense of victimization or not falling into old patterns which wasn't like good choices for you. You just the key here is in October you got to actually the magic here is to sublimate and to refine your emotional reactions. Okay, this does not mean that you're gonna repress your feelings. It only means that it's time to retreat in order to hear your own song. Okay, as opposed to the tune sung by others. So you're gonna begin to focus more clearly there, and the same it goes same for the other person as well. It is actually October, then we can say time to retreat into still waters, rather than begin to build forms in a more deep and real love with yourself. It's about recreating the structure of your universe through some magical formulative capacity of your life. This is going to be important because we have the spiritual love here. Very important. Then what can we offer in terms of some oracle there? Let's find out. We have used this one as well. Let's take it here. Live and let live, right? God is your source. Everything you need is supplied by the infinite source of God, and your faith opens the doorway to receive. In God there is no lack or limitation. Rather, there is plenty of abundance for all to share. Still, it always the message always comes to that fulfillment, success, emotional and abundance, fulfillment. You know, it's when you feel like to the utmost, there are also some sacrifices and also things like leaves are falling to the ground from the tree. But I feel there is something in the emotional form there. But it wants you to tune into your own song. This is what you need, okay? Again, Hermit always tunes in his own song in the guidance. Let's find out now the November and December energies together. So November we have an Ace of Wands, and December we have the Queen of Wands. 3 queens, by the way, in a reading. Is like there can be this idle gossip energy. It's like some rivalry it may with the female figures, this back and forth. November Ace of Wands, let's find out what that Ace of Wands is. Okay, so we are finding victory in some end of war. What sucks? You got so much success. Some temporary situation. Fear, worry, tense situation, which is temporary, and unsuccessful plans. Now here the idea is when there is a particular opportunity manifesting in front of you, and it is ultimately gonna bring you the victory. No need to draw yourself to a situation where just to find that challenge. Go with the guaranteed one, it says, okay? But here I feel you wanna like challenge yourself. There is this particular seeking still, which may end up with some unsuccessful plans. November is a month, it's a Scorpio month, in which, you know, there will be things which are very obvious that it's gonna bring you some ultimate forms of victory, but the solution, there will be solutions and things just in front of you which are very obvious to grasp. But there will be also tense situations which may like draw you. So that, I think, stay with the new beginning, stay with the victory, stay with the vibrant energy. But if though your victory finalizes and if you ask yourself like what is next, okay, this can come in any form, and if you want to give yourself a challenge, if you want to step outside of your comfort zone, go for it, okay? An unsuccessful plan can also may have a teaching capacity to you, especially if you're likely to begin a new project or business there, okay? Because you can see some underlying foundations of something, and if you see that it is not really working, then you are not gonna repeat it again. So there are opportunities, there is this light bulb moments, there is enthusiastic energy. So some new beginnings in November, I would say. Though I understand this is not a time like to, you know, waste time thinking too much, because Ace of Wands requires action. It is time now, you will say to yourself, and you will begin just, you know, planning and moving forward and making the changes you need. So though there, the point maybe is the balance. If you push too much, it may lead to disappointment. So just be aware of your also limitations there, as long as with that unlimited potential, okay? This is going to be the important point. But it may also be like anything new. If you are looking for all the newness, new projects, new things, November is the month for that. So it may have many potentials. And Queen of Wands though is the one, actually, you see, she received the wand, she grabbed the wand, now. So you have something there, you attained something there, if you ask me. Let's find the tea leaf cards. Celebration, fun, enjoyment, money or property through an inheritance, winning or windfall. Someone is behaving stupidly in a situation, most probably arrogant, boastful, and person you should not cross. Yeah, there you go, knowing your limits. Now here you can proceed in November and December. One more card. Temptation will test you. Yes. Now November, December, the red apple in the tree hanging, you can just go nearby. But this snake, okay, this rooster, this, you know, there is a limit to something, Aries, and you really need to read the lines very clearly there. Queen of Wands energy is very lively. This is a good card to finish the year, if you ask me. November and December, you are actually challenged to break out your comfort zones. You are definitely out there. You are showing the world what you are made of. and you have this desire to achieve. But here there are some limits, okay? Some limits. They are not a matter maybe to get success now, but later throughout 2023, as they maybe requires some extra planning. But people here, some crazy people energy, I do feel. Definitely keep your distance, I would say, with a person, because well, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Is a, I think this that's why the Turkey card here, because here you may do everything right and still get a wrong result, like and we call this life usually. You may feel very confident, you may feel very ready throughout November, December, but people around you may not have a similar motivation or let's say skills there, okay? So I think November and December, if you wanna also prepare like a team to yourself, like if you get to pick people around you with what kind of a project or things you will be working, definitely pick wisely, I would say. November and December is a strong position to be in. You are here celebrating here, by the way, a victory. You receive that victory, and after 1 month later you are celebrating that. Money is definitely coming to you. It keeps coming to you even in the end of December. Though this temptation cards, one person's stupid actions or a person's arrogant behavior is not something, of course, you know, nice here appearing. So maybe you may also want to keep a low profile there, if you ask me, as these are the longest night months. So, and it's gonna be a bit Capricorn month, keeping a bit like serious and committed, and keeping it a bit low profile may help you to not to awake maybe this type of reaction, because this can really add some bitterness to your victory there. So there will be some people who are here like well, they are there and you don't have control over them for sure, but just I would say this is something that you look. Hermit has also the wand, and here by the end of December you attain the wand. Now you have the wisdom, okay? The wand also have a sun, solar, and we have the lamp again. So there is a particular attainment of spiritual illumination as well, where what is gone with a natural ending. Now you are ready to embark on the new journey for 2023 with a lot of gains and of course loses as well, but you're gonna say, I think in the end it is worth the lesson and everything. A very meaningful reading, one of the very meaningful readings that I have performed. Nearly 1.5 hours. Wow. Thank you so much, Aries, for tuning in. Happy New Year, and I will speak you in the next and other readings in the channel throughout the year. Have a good one. Thank you so much. Ciao for now.